Welcome to the Blue Bridge, and it's Pochettino against Zerbi. Some people prefer Zerbi in instead of Pochettino. So welcome to my match preview for the upcoming match against Brighton. So, currently watching this Tottenham Man City game. Come on, Man City, what's wrong with you? It's currently 0-0. I'm recording this video at half time, hoping that Manchester City can pull off the madness and win this game. Arsenal fans would be unbearable if they win that league. I can't be having it. I've got a smug son over there as well who's waiting for them to win it. No, please no. Anyway, here to talk about tomorrow's game. And Pochettino, does he deserve to stay? A lot of people want Zerbi for some reason. They'll prefer Zerbi over Pochettino. And it makes me laugh, actually, when fans say that they want Zerbi. Because when we had Graham Potter, they're saying, why are we getting a manager from Brighton? We don't want no one from Brighton. And they'll say, look at his CV. What's he won? So the thing is, that's what I'm asking you. He's coming from Brighton. Look at his CV. Has he won anything in his whole career? He's had 5 different managerial jobs, I think, and he hasn't won anything. But yet, fans are clamouring for him, the same ones who were criticising our board for getting in a former Brighton manager in the first place. So, hey, that makes sense. I don't know. But does Pochettino deserve to stay? And not flip-flopping. People say flip-flopping. You know what? Some people in our fan base, they'll rather want to be proved to be right. So even when things are happening, because they've always been Poch, they don't think they can change their mind, because they think, oh, if they change my mind, I'll be accused of flip-flopping or whatever. No, what's happening? You're looking at the results. I'm someone who goes by the data. I go by the results. As when it looked like we didn't have any chance of finishing in the top 7, or as I keep saying, 7th isn't anything to be proud of. But when it looked like we were going to be finishing in a similar sort of position we finished last season, then I'd say, no, he doesn't deserve to stay. But if we get into that top 7, even if we don't make Europe, it looks like we will do. But even if we don't, I think what he has done, we've finally seen some signs of improvement. That Arsenal result, I think, that 5-0, that kind of dampened a lot of people's enthusiasm. But if you look at the stats, if you take the stats, and they're there for all to see. Look, since if you go by the first 19 games, I think we lost 7 games in that. In the next 19, we've only lost 4 games. So that's progress. And in the last 13 games, we've only lost 1 game. 1 game in 13. Should have been better. As I said, we got those draws against Brentford, Sheffield United and Burnley. Had it not been for those, it could have been so much better. So that is progress. We are looking at it. Players are improving, and we are scoring goals. We've got 73 goals at the moment. When we had under our season under Tuchel, when we finished 3rd, we had 76 goals. So if we score 3 or more goals in the next 2 games, then we would have surpassed what we did under Thomas Tuchel, the person who a lot of people want back as our elite manager. So not only, remember last year, we were competing with Haaland. The whole team were competing with Haaland to see who scored more goals. In the end, I think we only managed to score, 1 or 2 more than Erling Haaland did on his own. And that's embarrassing. But this year, we've scored 73 goals. And we've actually got 99 goals in all competitions. And it's only about 4 times, I think, that we've surpassed the 100 mark. So, obviously, if we fail to score in the next 2 games, which I don't think we will, then we're going to break that 100 goal barrier as well. And some of the games, like at Olympic, I know some of you, because you don't like Poch, you wouldn't say, but we've been involved in lots of thrilling games this season. Some of the football has been really good. Other times it looks like, we've been too easy to play against, too easy to beat. But going forward, at times we've played some really good stuff. And what also is happening, the injured players are coming back. We saw the quality from Reece James when he came back, and the team are forming a bit of chemistry. So we are seeing people getting used to other people's runs and positions and everything else. He's kind of found a system that works for us now, and if he can improve on that next season and get in a couple more players, then I won't mind having him stay. As I said, the people who don't want him to go, I'm not looking at the big picture. That's got agenda driven. Maybe it's Spurs Association, which people don't like as well. But fair's fair. I think I've looked at the whole season now, and I think for me, if he stays another season, I'm not going to be upset about it. And as I said, anyone who does is just because they just don't like the guy. So progress has been made, and it's obvious because the stats don't lie. The stats are telling us that we have made some progress under him. So big game against Brighton, interesting game. And I won't be surprised if you got these Zerbi fans who secretly want Brighton to beat us so that they can make their case for Zerbi. I just don't understand that, but that's the way of the world now. That's the way that some of our fan base act, and don't think he's going to come in and do miracles. These players, as the other point for Pochettino as well, is these players on that are used to him. They are, and he always does better in his second seasons. We saw that at Tottenham. In his first season, there's some iffy results. In the second season, when they got used to his methods, then he was better. So he deserves at least half of next season. If things are not, if he doesn't hit the ground running next season, if we get off to a shaky start, then they can press that button pretty much. Within the first 2 or 3 months of the season, that's if results are not going as expected, and as you sort of see as well with Bayern Munich, how hard it is to attract managers, because this is Bayern Munich, one of the top clubs in Europe, and they're struggling to get a new manager in. They had 3 or 4 people either turn them down or they don't want a job for some reason. So it's not as easy now just to go and get a manager that you want, who can fit the profile that you need. And another year under Pochettino's tutelage with these young players may do them a world of good. And what I did like about him as well today is that, and I've said something like this in my video. He said it in his press conference. Some of us get gaslit into managers who embrace the fans. Okay, it's nice to embrace the fans, but I did like what he said. He wants it to be genuine. He doesn't want it to be like showmanship or whatever. You can look at it 2 ways. Sometimes it helps to get that connection with the fans if you do engage with them. But Conte engaged with us, and we knew that he wasn't. We just knew that he was an act to try and get us on side, because we saw the way that he treated the club when he wanted to leave in the end. So yeah, sometimes it's just an act. So he wants it to be genuine. So, and that's what I like about him. He's not fake. He's not false. And so I admire him for saying those words. Some people may take it in the wrong way, but I didn't. So once he has that connection, it's going to be a real connection. And you don't just get a connection overnight. You just join the club and all of a sudden you're attached and connected to them. That is, as I said, that's a way of getting the fans on board. A lot of fans fall for it. But come on, guys, I'm a bit smarter than that. I know why the managers who we've had have done that in the past, because it makes it easier for them to get their philosophy across if the fans are on board. So, guys, what do you think the score's going to be tomorrow? Zerbi or Pochettino? Who would you prefer? Stick your comments in the section below. And don't forget, as always, guys, to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care. Bye-bye.